Okay, good to get a win today at home, keep us on track. We were playing pretty well lately. I thought the first half, for the most part, we played well, 42-7 at half, and our front runners played really well. Jonathan had a great game. The receiver group, I believe, caught 5 touchdowns. That was a group we really challenged this week because they did not play very well last week, so that was good to see. We lost the fourth quarter, I think, for the first time all year, which was depressing to see. We did not play very well in the second half, and the fourth quarter especially, so it doesn't matter who's in there. There's no excuses. We need to play better. Obviously, we need to go recruit. So, a little down after the game because of the way we didn't finish. We need to finish better. It does not matter who's in there, so we got a lot of work to do. Yeah, we in the first half especially thought we were pretty good on third down. Because Jonathan was accurate, and guys were making plays. So it's always an example of guys doing things right and not losing one-on-one matchups and making some tough plays. So it was good to see that. That was a big focus this week. No, I was screwed up. I thought he broke the record on the play. So that's why everything was taking so long. And so I kind of made a big deal of it. So, and I still thought he had until the end of the game. Somebody told me so much for that. I thought he had. And so I told the team last night he was going to break the record today. I just had a feeling he was going to do it. And, it will come by playing hard. So he played great, and he'll eventually get the record. Well, I thought towards the end of the week it came to me that I had to make sure that they felt my intensity and the team felt how much we were going after this thing. And so obviously they were very motivated throughout the week by the coach's comments. They referred to it a lot during meetings. And I had to make sure that they felt we were really going after this thing. So I told them there's going to be 4th downs, we're going to go for it. We're going to run a halfback pass, we're going to try an onside kick. So that they felt that the coaches were being very aggressive, and so we didn't come out and have a letdown game after having this big game last week. Yeah, our players need to feel that, and especially in our first year, they need to, the more that we can do in 2-minute situations, the more they can learn from that. It's invaluable. You can't practice it, so it was really good for us to go and get that touchdown right before the half. That was a very good drive and some big plays on that drive. He did not play today for administrative suspension, and he'll be back next week. He actually had a great week of practice on our service team, so I think it's a very valuable lesson, not just for him, but for our whole team. Here's a player that was SEC Freshman of the Week last week, so it's not one of those deals where we suspend guys that aren't the good players. So hopefully we learn from that. Guess that dog bit back a little bit today, didn't he? So take it from that. I hope so. I hope that you saw where we're going and what we're doing, regardless of playing them or not. It's always big for us to win at home and for the interstate matchup. It's really big, especially for our players from there. Yeah, he continues to make plays. He continues to develop in the system. It's his first year in the system. And he continues to get players being healthy and being there week in and week out. So we just got Quentin back today, and the philosophy of playing the freshman early, I think, was helping. You see McKees make couple plays today, Marcel's make couple plays, and so those guys have played already. It's not like we didn't play them and now all of a sudden they're just playing because the game's a blowout. So I think that helps those guys, and it's helped Jonathan a ton in making plays for him. Yeah, there's never a doubt in my mind he gives us the best chance to win. And we weren't doing things around him. I wasn't giving him a good enough game plan. We weren't making enough plays, and he was making some poor decisions. And so we got those things fixed, and that's why he's on the line that he's on right now. No, that was the plan going. I think they're 105th in rush defense. Their coach had made a comment during the week that they were going to change things up, make sure that they stopped the run. So he kind of gave us his game plan that way. And so we wanted to make sure that we came out throwing the ball, and also so that our players would feel that explosive feeling. That we were being aggressive, and they really responded. I don't know. We talk about it all the time in practice, and we do it, and hard on it. And I think it's like a lot of things in our program. We're in our first year, and so you're seeing them more and more the longer that we're here. Just like Jonathan or whatever, all these different scenarios. The longer they're here, they get more used to us and they buy in more. But we have a ton of things to improve on. We're a long ways away, but we're getting better. Special teams did some good things today as well, so we need to continue in all phases of our game, and we need to develop more depth, which we saw today, and we need to recruit. So we're going on the right track though. Yes, Janzen will be back next week. Today was big for New Keys, to make a couple plays like he did. He had a great week of practice. Really, we watched him really specifically to see, are you getting better? Are you not missing anything? Just line up, run around rounds. He had a great week, and so it paid off, and that's why he got opportunities, because he had his best week of practice. Yeah, it wasn't to play a lot of people. It was because we wanted to play really well. We wanted to make a statement that we would play really well no matter who the opponent was. It doesn't matter who we play. And so we worked extremely hard today to get our players to come up with the same energy that they came out last week with the black jerseys, with the top 25 game, primetime game. And so I thought they did. I know they did. They came out with that energy and they played the same way as the beginning. That's why it was 42-7 half. Well, having Chris back helps, and a couple of those guys from Memphis, they were very motivated for the game. We thought that would be a strength in this game. We thought that our D-line, team pass rush, would match up very good, our first D-line versus their offensive line. So it was good to see today. Yeah, he looks great back there. Our offense has unbelievable numbers when we get the ball in good field position for whatever reason. I don't know, they just respond to energy. They respond to excitement, whether it's a turnover or a big return. They've done extremely well this year, and so every time that happens, there's just that feeling of the silence. The guys go running there a little bit faster, and so it's very critical in our return game. We got to get our punt returns going. Yeah, I thought that this was a game we would be able to run the ball very well if we wanted to. We could have came out and slowed the game down and ran the ball 40 times in the first half, and probably, I don't know, maybe scored 28 points or something. But we're going into a run of some defenses that aren't statistically ranked very high against the run the rest of the season. So I know that we can do that. I wanted to make sure that we got going for this stretch run against SEC teams that have passing game had great confidence after just being okay the week before, I thought. And so it was very important for Jonathan to lead this game and that group of receivers and the whole offense, but to leave the game feeling like they're playing their best, and so it happened to work today. Yeah, I thought Herman, from what I saw, did really well today in the first half. Numbers show that. So that was great to see in this first game, and a tough game because they're pretty spread out. So we've got to develop the other guys. Right now, the other guys go in and the ball goes wrong right down the field. So we have an embarrassed defensive staff in there right now, so we'll get it fixed. It didn't really get under my skin. First, I don't get it. I don't get the joke. It makes no sense to me. So somebody can maybe explain it to me. It didn't really get our mind. For whatever reason, it did theirs, and it did Ed's. And so to see their reaction as players, and the way they were talking about it during the week, it really got on there. So I don't know. I still don't get it like this.